I'm going to present to you 5 maintenance mistakes that I wish I'd known when I was a beginner cyclist. So if you've just started cycling, amazing. Riding bikes is awesome, and we were all beginners once. And it's normal to make mistakes if you don't know any better. But you're lucky because you've clicked on this video, and so hopefully you can avoid making some of these really common beginner mistakes, something which will save you money, time, and make your riding more enjoyable. So the first mistake is resting your bike drive side down. It's absolutely fine to rest your bike on the ground. Sometimes you need to, and it's fine if it's on grass, but just make sure that it's drive side up and not drive side down. And what I mean by this is the drive side. So by resting it like this, that's bad. And the reason why that's bad is because it can knock your rear derailleur and it knocks it out of alignment, which is going to ruin the shifting of your gears. Ask yourself the question, would you rest toast, business side down? Don't do it to your bike. And just be careful in general. Something else that's easy to knock and damage is disc brake rotors if your bike has disc brakes. Just a slight knock to those can again bend them slightly, which will cause them to just rub. Now this is something that is easily fixed and we have videos on how to do that. But like with many things in life, prevention is better than the cure. The next is not applying enough lubricant or applying too much lubricant to your chain. So if you don't apply enough, it's going to be very dry and the components are just going to wear out much more quickly. If you apply too much, which is a common thing I see beginners doing, you just get this thick, gloopy mess of lube all over the chain, which attracts more dirt, and therefore you get this thick grinding paste developing, which wears out your components more quickly, which is going to cost you more money, and it reduces the performance of your shifting. The solution is to apply a thin layer of lubricant, backpedal it through the chain, and then wipe off the excess on the side of the chain using a microfiber cloth or an old bit of rag. Remember, it's what's on the inside that counts. And another thing is not to lube other parts of the drivetrain, just the chain. I've seen beginners lather the cassette, the jockey wheels, and the chain rings in lube. Do not do this, just the chain. Next is neglecting to clean your drivetrain. Now in an ideal world, you're going to clean the whole bike and make it look great, but you don't always have time for that. So the most important part to clean is the drivetrain. Now to do this, you're going to do it properly with some degreaser and a brush and some water. It's really easy and quick to do, and we've got videos that can show you how to do it. If you don't do it, what it's going to do is again cause the buildup of that grinding paste. It's going to wear out your components more quickly, and again, it's going to make your shifting less good. Incorrectly pumping up your tyres. Now people either overinflate their tyres or they underinflate their tyres. Why is this a problem? Well, overinflated tyres are going to give you a harsher ride and you're going to feel the bumps more. They're going to have higher rolling resistance if the inflation's too high, meaning it's more effort to ride for the same speed, and you're going to have less grip in wet or slippy conditions. As for underinflated tyres, well, the same sorts of things. You're going to have increased rolling resistance, you're going to have more grip, but you're also going to have an increased risk of punctures because you can get something what's known as a pinch flat. So if the tyre hits a bump or a pothole, then the tyre is so underinflated that it can compress against the rim and that can pinch the inner tube inside. I've seen so many beginners over the years get punctures because their tyres aren't properly inflated. The solution is dead easy. So you can just look on the side of your tyre. On the sidewall, they usually have the pressure recommendation printed on there. Or for an even more accurate one, you can actually go on pressure calculators online. Pirelli and Silca both have them. And when you pump up your tyres, I'd recommend using a track pump such as this that's got a pressure gauge so you can see exactly how much you're putting in. Now, regardless of where you're at in your cycling journey, even if you're just getting into it and you're a total beginner and you're just wanting to commute, I would recommend that everybody invests in a track pump. It's an essential item and it'll save you loads of time and money. The next one is incorrectly repairing a puncture. Now, beginners often get more punctures than more experienced riders. And I believe that this is largely because they're not inflating their tyres properly. But we covered that in the last point, so that's sorted. But punctures do happen, everyone gets them. And a common mistake beginners do is they don't repair it properly so that then 5 minutes after getting that first puncture, they get another one. There are a number of reasons for this. Now, the first one is that when they take the tyre off to replace the inner tube, they don't check the inside of the tyre, and therefore they leave whatever was inside the tyre causing the puncture there to just cause another one. So often you have like a thorn or a piece of debris sticking through the tyre. The solution is to just run your fingers through the tyre when it's off the wheel and just carefully feel if there's anything left inside the tyre. If there is, just pull it out. The next mistake people make is when they don't properly install the inner tube. So you have to be careful when putting the inner tube in that you don't damage it. People often use tyre levers, but try and avoid using them if you can. And if you do use them, try not to actually gouge the inner tube with the tyre lever, as you can actually put a little cut in it so that when you then pump it up, it's already punctured and you can't pump it up. And the other thing is making sure that the inner tube is properly under and inside the tyre. A mistake people make is that they have the tyre back on the wheel, but it's pinching against the inner tube and the wheel, so that when the tyre is then inflated, what happens is that the inner tube is trapped and pinches under the bead of the tyre, and then it just pops. And the solutions are just easy. Make sure there's no debris inside your tyres before you inflate them. And when you do install a tyre and a fresh inner tube, just make sure that the inner tube is properly seated inside the tyre and not trapped under the bead before you then go and inflate it. But that's not all. We have a sixth bonus mistake for you not to make, and that is not subscribing to GCNTech here on YouTube. Fortunately, it's something that's easily remedied, and you can do it right now. It costs you nothing and will hopefully teach you a lot more about bikes and maintenance mistakes to avoid in the future. If you're relatively new to cycling, great to have you on board. Welcome. Hopefully see you in another video soon. Love you. Bye.